I am extremely delighted to be here this morning to deliver the opening address to this very important investment conference on behalf of our Prime Minister. I want to start by conveying to you all his apologies. We have Parliament on this week, and he's also got some very pressing local issues to deal with, so he's not able to come. So I'm here to convey his apologies, and importantly, thank you all for coming and attending the 11th PNG Investment Conference. I want to thank Andrew and the team for organizing it again for the 11th year running. Our government is very thankful. And my presence here should affirm to you all the importance our government places on meeting, on dialogue with the private sector, and working with the private sector to make Papua New Guinea a more attractive place to do business in win-win partnerships, so we can both do well out of our relationship. I want to start by saying Papua New Guinea realizes all too well that without foreign direct investors, we will never succeed in growing our economy, creating the jobs that the private sector creates. And we place great value on maintaining a good relationship with investors who are already in our country, encouraging them to reinvest and invest more. And also, we are always on the lookout for more new investors. I want to start by saying our government is not going to pretend to you all today. We have serious challenges at home. Number one, the FX problems, which have continued for a few years. Law and order issues, high level of unemployment, high cost of energy, power blackouts, high cost of doing business, which has made it quite difficult for a lot of our investors in PNG. But the good news is this: our government is not sleeping. We are working to improve the business environment and climate in Papua New Guinea. Let me start with the law and order issue. We have this year given the police the highest budget funding ever since independence, 150 million more, so they can refleet. We've now increased the number of recruits to go up to 1,000 per year that we want to train and increase police numbers. We are refleeting them, re-equipping the police. We have just made a decision, and we are now recruiting 20 more judges. We are targeting expatriate judges to make sure that our judiciary remains robust, independent, and can be a safeguard, especially for investors who come to our country and our visitors. We should be opening our new courthouse in PNG, which will be better than any other court precinct anywhere in the region. A serious investment by our government in the judiciary. In the FX space, our government has now been able to increase our release of US dollars to the market from 30 million a month to 100 million. We are listening to the private sector, and we are working on reforms to improve the situation going forward. I have no doubt as our resource boom starts next year with more foreign currency inflows, things are going to get better. But yes, we are very conscious of this very important issue, and we are giving a lot of time and effort to work with the central bank, and our local banks to improve the situation for the private sector in PNG. Despite all these challenges, the resource boom that we are going to start experiencing from next year onwards, when FID is reached and Papua LNG starts, will be unparalleled in our history. Not only are we going to have one PNG LNG project, which took the economy from a GDP of 60 billion to 100 billion, one project. We're going to have Wafikopo, we're going to have Pogara reopening, we're going to have Piniang. We're working to get Frida online and more LNG projects. I can tell all of you without any hesitation, the next 30 years will be the PNG century. This will be the go-to country where the opportunities will be. That's why we had the visit of the Indian Prime Minister this year, the visit of the Indonesian President. The French President only just visited last week. They are all coming. They can see our potential. It'll be a very exciting place for our current investors and our future investors. Yes, we have our fair share of challenges, but we are working. And with the resource boom, things are going to get better. We have a growing population of 11 million, growing at a rate of about 3%. So we have a big and growing local market for your products as well. This is not the time to back out of PNG. This is the time to harness your opportunities and share with us the benefits of our growing economy and a stronger economy. In terms of our priorities, clearly we want to improve the business climate and anchor those resource projects that I've spoken about. But in addition to those resource projects, our focus is now shifting to the non-resource sector. We want to replace all our rice imports. And I expect to announce in the next 3 to 4 months, first joint venture between the state and a rice company to grow commercial rice in PNG using mechanized rice farming for the first time. India is now starting to choose not to export rice anymore. We will have a serious crisis. PNG has to secure its food security and make sure rice prices are low. So we are happy to talk to rice investors who want to invest in the space. We currently import 900 million a year in rice imports, and that is growing. It's a very profitable opportunity. In terms of food security, that's our #1 priority. And if there's any rice investors in this room, we want to talk to you. We can't import anymore. We need to start growing our own rice. We have proven now in a farm in Rigo in Central Province that PNG can grow commercial rice. All these stories that we can't is old fallacy. We are now going to grow rice. And we are looking for investors in this space. In the fishing industry, we have been rent collectors for over 40 years. This is going to stop next year. We no longer want to give licenses to fishing companies just to come and fish in our waters where 23% of the world's catch is found. We want all the fish caught must be processed in Papua New Guinea. We need to build 10 more processing plants. The state is negotiating now to go into the first joint venture company where we ourselves, the government, will partly own a fishing company, and we're hoping that by doing so and proving it's profitable, we can attract more PNG investors and other investors to fish our waters and process in Papua New Guinea. We know that we are only receiving less than 500 million net from that sector. We can improve revenue flows to up to over 3 billion if we had all the fish processed in Papua New Guinea. And we are keen on making sure all our resources are processed, and we don't want to be supplying raw materials to the world anymore. So fisheries is an industry we want to attract investors into. We're happy to give you incentives, bring you into the Pacific Marine Park in Madang, which is now going to be a special economic zone, and we are looking for investors in this space, big time. What about wheat? We can't keep importing wheat. Our people like to eat not only their bread, but their corn, their flour bowls. Wheat is a big, big import item for us. We've been doing trials. We've now discovered we can grow 12 different varieties of wheat in Papua New Guinea, in the highlands. We're looking for an investor to partner the PNG government to go into our first commercial wheat farm in Baia River in the Western Highlands province. We have the state land, not customary land, state land, and we are ready. And we are looking for a partner. I'm here to market this opportunity to any Australian wheat company who want to invest in the wheat space and process wheat into flour, chicken feed, and even expanding to chicken. We're happy to talk to you. This is our future. We need to secure our own food security. So there's a lot of opportunities in the wheat space. Happy to talk to investors in this space. We can grow cotton. This is another industry we're going to look at starting. We are also going into downstream processing in a serious way. Apart from fishing, government has decided by the year 2025, there will no longer be any round log export out of PNG. We're talking to a number of Australian investors now. We would like to partner an Australian company, if possible, to start processing logs in PNG and sending out only final goods in terms of goods like furniture into the world. We no longer want to be a raw material supplier to the timber industry from 2025, and we want to start immediately, and we are looking for partners. So in the food space, in the fishery space, in the logging space, we are looking for private sector partners. To initially partner the government through our state equity fund. This year we are investing 100 million in that fund. Next year we expect to invest more, basically to partner the private sector to go into investments under joint venture companies in sectors that are very important to our country. We don't want to run businesses. The government is not good at running businesses. We want to partner, be a patient partner, and we are looking for the private sector to partner us and manage those businesses for us. That agenda is very, very clear. We are investing heavily in the Connect PNG program to improve our roads and connect many parts of our country which are yet to be linked by roads. We have a commitment of investing up to 500 million a year, a level of investment in roads that we have never seen since independence. We are also investing in world-class private hospitals, general hospitals. In Port Moresby, we are building a 7-star hospital. We are now able to do stenting in Papua New Guinea, and we are hoping by the end of next year we'll get to open heart surgery, the first of any Pacific Island state. And we are investing in world-class hospital facilities and services, starting in Goroka. We just completed WeWork, and we are moving that program over the next 5 years to the rest of our country. We are building world-class hospitals. COVID has taught us we had no capacity, we've learned a lot, and we need to lift our game in the health space, and we are. Just to give an example, the investment in Anga was 500 million. I want to thank the Australian government and the people of Australia for helping us funding that. The rest we are doing ourselves, like the one we just completed in WeWork, 250 million. The one in Enga is being built at 600 million. So that's the level of investment that we are putting in to all our health facilities throughout the country. So we are investing in health. We are going to improve the health outcomes, and we want to make the place more attractive to attract investors, foreigners, to come and live and work and do business in our country. There is a very significant investment. I'm happy that the Air New Guinea CEO is here. Cabinet just approved the refleeting program for Air New Guinea. We're going to bring through some very exciting new planes, and I'll let him give you the details when he has the opportunity to speak. But yes, we have all archaic aeroplanes now, and we have to replace them. We have made the decisions in cabinet, and I'm really excited to say it's all happening. And over the next 2 years, I expect to see New Guinea being completely overhauled in terms of new fleeting, and it's a very exciting era for us. This year, we have more visits from world leaders than any other year. It's a very exciting time. We have made a decision now as a country that we need to secure the future markets for companies in the resource space and in the other spaces who are investing in our country. That's why we're going to get closer to Indonesia. In fact, we're traveling there over the next few weeks after the visit of their president to look at a free trade agreement with Indonesia and China, just the way Australia and New Zealand has already done yours, to secure future markets for all our investors. To the LNG investors in Papua New Guinea, we have to work Asia to secure your markets of the future. I'm happy to announce to all of you today, Papua New Guinea will for the first time have the PNG Asia Investment Conference stage in Hong Kong on the 16th and 17th of October. We are moving into Asia, we are moving into China. We're going to establish a trade office at Shenzhen, and we are going to work Asia to secure future markets for all our investors who are investing in Papua New Guinea. We are worried about the future, we are forward-looking, and we need to work the relationships and the partnerships at the government to government, prime minister to prime minister to president, all the way down to business. And we know our future as a country is not about politics, it's about trade and investment. That's why we've announced our decision to open up the PNG Trade Commission Service for the first time in our history. I will, in the next few weeks, announce a new trade commissioner for Australia to be based in Brisbane. And we will also be announcing the appointment of our first trade commissioner to China. We are working to secure markets of the future for investors who come and invest in our country. We've been doing a lot of work on the capital market front. We've been improving the governance around the regulator, the Securities Commission of Papua New Guinea, where we will no longer have an executive chairman, we will have a board and a chairman, which very much divorced from management. We'll have a new CEO. We've just announced for the first time that Papua New Guinea capital market, through the stock exchange, we are issuing bonds now in Papua New Guinea, and we're hoping some investors will take it up, and we're hoping to see the first one before the end of this year. So we are going into the debt market. We wanted to grow the capital market in Papua New Guinea. We have already, I've announced to the market that I'm looking for investors who've got stocks in Sydney, in the US, in other countries, to start listing on Papua New Guinea, on the Papua New Guinea National Stock Exchange. Why do we do that? Our people cannot be spectators anymore. They must invest in all resource companies and all companies that are investing in our country. We're talking about win-win partnerships, and the time has come. And I'm calling on investors who are here, if you're listed in the Australian Stock Exchange, please, we want you to also list in the Papua New Guinea Stock Exchange so that our citizens, our institutional investors like our super funds can invest in those stocks. We cannot be spectators anymore in our own country. So I'm calling on all listed companies here who are investing in PNG or want to invest in PNG to please seriously take note of our call. We don't want to pass legislation to do that. We'd rather you take responsibility as a responsible corporate citizen and come and list in our local stock exchange. Some more exciting news. Our government has last week decided now to build a new city, the first since independence, at a place called Nazar bin Lay. We want to have a mining town there, mining city. We have an international airport about to be opened. The seat of government from Leh will be shifted to Nadzab. The provincial headquarters will be in Nadzab, and we are building a city. So those of you who are operating in Marape, it's a very exciting time. We're hoping that by early next year, we'll see direct flights from Brisbane to Leh. We're building an international terminal about to be finished, and we are looking forward to that exciting change. What am I saying? We have our challenges. We are working on those challenges. Our resource boom will start next year, and we think it will be sustained for over 30 years, with the economy growing at the rate of at least 5% per annum for up to 30 years. You tell me one economy in the region that is forecasting such growth. Why all the world is interested in PNG? This is our time. I want to thank those here who've invested in our country, and I would encourage you to reinvest and invest more. To those who are interested about our opportunities in PNG, our government is happy to talk to you. Our High Commissioner is here. My office is open. I'll have a Trade Commissioner appointed in Brisbane for Australia very soon. We are open for business and ready to do business with all of you. And I really hope that a number of you will take up the challenge to come and invest in PNG, not only in the mining and petroleum space, but more importantly, in fisheries, in agriculture, in forestry, in manufacturing. We've now made a decision to create over 20 special economic zones. We are giving the fiscal incentives like we have never done since independence. We are going all out. If you're going to plant rice, you'll have a tax holiday straight away. That's too important for us. If you're going to plant wheat, you can have your tax holiday. That's how we are going to go to attract investors to come and partner us. The state itself is willing to put money to share in the risk. And then we are looking at our private sector coming in to invest, like my good CEO from Naswan is here, people like that to come in and invest with us. We have huge opportunities for cattle, for palm oil, for sugar. We want to be a net exporter, not an importer. So what am I saying? PNG has a growing local market. It's now 11 million and it's growing. We have exciting opportunities in the resource sector and in the non-resource sector. We expect to see a boom economy for the next 30 years running. And the excitement starts next year. And we're encouraging you all to think PNG when you're talking about reinvestment and new investment. And our government is ready and happy to work with you, help you lock down your investment opportunities. And those who are there harness the opportunities that are before you. So we are excited about this forum. Come when the opportunities are there. If you don't, others will. And we are working across Asia this year and onwards. With that, I hope I've given you the background that we as a government are taking our responsibilities seriously to improve the business environment in Papua New Guinea. And we are happy to work with you, to partner you, give you the incentives that you require to invest in our country. And I look forward to meeting a lot of you and helping you with your investment decisions in the coming days ahead of us. May God bless the rest of this very important conference. And I thank you all for attending on behalf of our Prime Minister and wish you the very best. Thank you and God bless.